Take a look around you. The world is full of brilliant people working hard, earning a good living, yet feeling stuck like they're running in place. And then there's another group, the wealthy. They seem to grow richer every year, almost effortlessly. Why does this happen? Is it luck, a secret system, or just privilege at birth? The truth is, it's none of those things alone. The wealthy don't get richer by accident. They do it by design. Their success is built on a framework of financial principles, a mindset shaped for the long game, and structures that protect and multiply their wealth. These principles can be understood and applied by anyone. Prosperity is less about secrets and more about choices. The first principle is compounding. Imagine a snowball rolling down a hill small at first, then growing exponentially as it gathers more snow. That's what happens when money earns interest on interest. For the wealthy, compounding isn't just a tool, it's the foundation. They know time is the greatest asset. Start early, and even small investments can snowball into large fortunes. Start late, and you'll always be playing catch-up. Compounding also works in reverse. High-interest debt grows just as fast, but against you. That's why the wealthy focus on using compounding for growth, while many others get trapped in cycles of debt. Another principle is shifting from trading time for money to owning assets. A job limits your income to the hours you can work. Assets like businesses, investments, or real estate generate income even when you're not working. Buying a car drains wealth because it loses value immediately, while buying a duplex builds wealth because it pays rent each month and appreciates over time. The wealthy focus on assets that grow, while many chase symbols of wealth that fade. Getting rich is one thing, staying rich is another. The wealthy often follow a cycle summarized as buy, borrow, die. They purchase appreciating assets like stocks, real estate, or art. The value rises, but taxes aren't due until the asset is sold. Instead of selling, they borrow against those assets. Loans aren't taxed as income, so they access cash without triggering taxes, while their assets keep compounding. Upon death, heirs inherit those assets with a step-up in cost basis, erasing decades of tax liability and continuing the cycle. They also use legal structures, trusts, holding companies, and family offices that separate ownership from control. This shields assets from lawsuits, debt, or poor decisions, ensuring wealth is preserved across generations. History offers lessons. The Rockefellers and Rothschilds built legacies that lasted centuries through conservative growth and institutional systems, while the Vanderbilts lost theirs within a few generations through unchecked spending. The difference was structure and discipline. Wealth is not only financial, it's psychological. The key driver is patience. As Warren Buffett said, the stock market transfers money from the impatient to the patient. The wealthy embrace the long game. They see failure as feedback, not defeat. A bad investment is a lesson, not an end. They cultivate resilience, adaptability, and continuous learning. Many read daily, expand their knowledge, and study new opportunities. Bill Gates, for instance, reads around 50 books a year. This constant growth fuels better decisions. There is also a paradox of wealth. The richest rarely flaunt it. They build quietly, focusing on assets and legacies rather than flashy consumption. True wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about being secure and impactful, often expressed through philanthropy and contribution. What does this mean for you? The strategies of the wealthy are no longer locked away. With today's tools, anyone can apply them. The first step is fixing your foundation, budgeting wisely, eliminating high-interest debt, and building a safety net. Once stable, begin acquiring assets. Retirement plans, index funds, ETFs, and even micro-investing apps make it possible to start small. Passive income can grow from savings accounts, CDs, or side hustles that expand into businesses. The point isn't how big your first step is, but that you take it. At the heart of it, the wealthy think differently. They don't see themselves as consumers of money, but as owners. They don't work for money. They make money work for them. They don't chase today's pleasures at tomorrow's expense. They build legacies. Systemic advantages exist, but the principles themselves are universal. Compounding, asset ownership, structure, patience, and discipline. The journey to wealth isn't about quick wins. It's about small, consistent steps in the right direction. And it begins with one choice: to stop waiting and start building. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss more valuable insights about finance.